Good morning. My name's Richard Lewis Brown, and today is April 15th, 2021. I seek your support to be the new Local 1000 president. I just posted a video. I'm talking really fast. So now I'm doing a live Facebook video where I talk slower. And this discussion is about don't be paralyzed by politics. And I'm the only candidate that tells you we're going to eliminate all political spending by Local 1000. Some candidates tell you that the primary concern for the union should be contract negotiations and job representation. That's what Members for Transparency and Change, quote, Unite for Change, these people, that's what they're telling you. I'm telling you on April 15th, 2021, Richard Lewis Brown, on a live Facebook video, to recover what I talked about in the video I just posted. Don't be paralyzed by politics. The only thing that Local 1000 should be involved in is contract negotiations and job representation. The only thing, not the primary, because when people tell you that's the primary concern is to take care of the members, that's the way they can talk without saying eliminate politics altogether. And then the other thing is, when I say don't be paralyzed by politics, I'm the only candidate that's running that tells you I represent all employees for Local 1000, not just dues-paying members. Let me stress this to you. Politics is why today you can go down as a dues-paying member and get vaccinated downtown Sacramento at the Local 1000 headquarters. You can get vaccinated if you're a dues-paying member. But if you're not a dues-paying member, you can't. So their idea of creating a safe workplace is if you pay money, then we'll protect you. But if you don't pay us any money, we're not going to protect you. Now, that's a violation because by the Ralph C. Dills Act, Local 1000 is the exclusive representative over 743 job classifications. They must protect you, whether you pay money or not, if your rights are violated through our contract. For Local 1000 to have this vaccination between the 15th through the 17th in downtown Sacramento for only dues-paying members is wrong. That's discrimination. And they're violating the Ralph C. Dills Act. And think about this. All the other people up and down this state, what about them? Is Local 1000 vaccinating them? No, they're not. So if you're here at headquarters here in Sacramento and you're friends with Yvonne Walker and you pay money to the union, you can get vaccinated. But if you're a non-member because you don't pay money because you can't afford it right now, or you're a non-member because you don't want to support the political agenda, the Black Lives Matter, racial justice, Fight for 15, open borders, and any other social justice issue the union has, and you don't pay money to the union because of that, then there's no vaccination for you. And by the way, the union does not tell you you can be a full dues-paying member and use my membership dues declaration letter and not have any of your money used on politics. But the union does not tell you that. They don't want you to know that. They want to keep you in the dark. That's what they do. They want to keep you in the dark. I'm the only candidate that's fully transparent that tells you the whole story. And the whole story is, first, you cannot be paralyzed by politics. You must vote in this election. As long as you continue to sit this election out and complain about the union and cry about the union, quote, will not change. But like I've stated before, change is not enough. We must create a whole new culture for Local 1000. Okay? These ballots go out on Monday. Here's your opportunity. It's not too late to sign up to become a member. It's not too late. And if you don't get your ballot on time next week, when they mail them out on April 19th, you can request a duplicate ballot on May 3rd. And you can actually sign up to be a member no later than May 7th, and hopefully they'll get the ballot out to you the following week so you can have it returned by May 20th, the deadline. Again, this video is don't be paralyzed by politics. Stop making excuses for not voting in this Local 1000 election. I understand that you're upset that Yvonne Walker has been on union leave since 1998, and she figured out how to make more money being on union leave as a state employee than going to her regular job. I understand that you're upset that Local 1000 doesn't have a 2-term limit for all elected positions. I understand that. I understand that you're upset that I'm the only candidate that's going to reduce your dues to give you instant savings, okay, to show you that we're going to create this new culture. And I'm going to help you and your family immediately on day one by reducing your dues. I understand that you're upset that I'm the only candidate that tells you that. We are not going to let politics paralyze us. We're going to come out of this paralysis. We're going to make a full recovery, okay? But a full recovery doesn't involve change. A full recovery involves creating a whole new culture for Local 1000. You know, I understand that you're upset that Yvonne Walker has taken political trips across the ocean. Herself, or she sent other people of our union who are on full-time union leave across the ocean to foreign countries. I understand that you're upset about that. I understand that you're really upset that you just found out that DLC President, I think 770 or 771, DLC President Randy Stan was out of the country in his native country of Canada because he let his visa expire, and now we paid his salary. For 10 months, almost a whole year, we paid this man's salary out of our money. And he was out of the country. And he's on full-time union leave. I understand that you're upset by this. That's still no excuse to not vote. Let's stop making excuses. We cannot make excuses for not voting in this election. I know that you're upset that we don't have any financial transparency in our union, okay? I understand that you're upset that our July 1st, 2020, 2.5% pay increase did not come on time, and we're not getting that till next year. I understand that you're upset, extremely upset. I get it, okay? But we're going to come out of this paralysis, and I know you're mad as hell. Wait, I see a comment. Yes, that's correct. That is correct. You have to vote. You cannot eliminate the status quo without voting in this country. And I know people are mad as hell that we gave up our 2 days of pay for a whole fiscal year while the legislators, Democrats and Republicans, had bipartisan support to take our money, but they protected their money and they protected their families. They prioritized their families. It sounds like the Democrats and the Republicans have a better union than we do. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it is. They kept their money at the state capitol, but they took our money because we gave our money up because we don't have a real leader. And I understand that you're upset that I call Yvonne Walker a high schooler. And I'm going to keep calling her a high schooler because she leads like a high schooler. She's short-sighted. She's selfish. She leads us the way she, protected our country. She didn't. She served the country, but it was just a job to her. She wasn't a real Marine. And I want everyone to run back and tell her what I said. You can tell a former military person and how they carry themselves and how they protect you. Does she protect you? If she doesn't protect you as the leader of the largest public sector union in the state of California, then what makes you think she served with honor and distinction when she was in the Marine Corps and that she was going to die for you if called upon? What makes you think that? Is she willing to die for you to protect your money right now, to get your money back, to get that July 1st, 2020 money restored to you as quickly as possible? Is she willing to die for that? No, she's not willing to die for that, in my opinion. That's her leadership. Her leadership is selfish. So if you see her leadership now as the president of the largest public sector union in the state of California, and you see how selfish and egotistical she is, then that tells you the kind of military service she gave our country. Okay? She wasn't no patriot. No. Just because she's a veteran doesn't mean that she was willing to die for this country. She looked at her service to the country as a job, and she wanted to get paid for it. She looks upon her job for the state of California as the union president as a job. And she wants her regular salary, and then we pay her because she voted to give herself a salary stipend, $67,500 a year. and her regular salary is $57,000 some like $500 a year. She's making six figures. Okay. So at a certain point, people can criticize the words that I use, but the words that I use are accurate words. This high schooler who is selfish does not care about you. And she has used politics to divide our union. And the reason she's doing that so successfully is because SEIU in Washington, D.C. tell her, this is what you're going to do. And she does it. She follows their lead. Okay? This is why I tell you we must create a new culture for Local 1000. We must create our own independence. We must stop our affiliation, end our affiliation with SEIU in Washington, D.C. And I'm the only candidate that tells you that. These other candidates will never tell you that because they believe that politicians are our bosses. Not just here in the state government, not just with Gavin Newsom. They believe that SEIU in D.C., Service Employees International Union, based in Washington, D.C., that they're our bosses. They control us. Okay? As long as someone's controlling you, you'll never control your destiny. We are not slaves. I am not a slave. And you're not a slave either. We are not slaves to SEIU in Washington, D.C. We are not their slaves. And when I'm elected president, we're going to end that affiliation with them. They tell you these lies, starting with Yvonne Walker, Miguel Cordova, Tony Owens, Sophia Perkins, and any of these other so-called candidates running for statewide office. They tell you we need SEIU. Where was SEIU when we were being furloughed and losing 3 days a month for a whole year? Okay? You know what, Gina Madrid, give me 1 second. I'm going to come back to that getting paid, about her getting that salary stipend and her regular salary. I'm going to come back to that because that's really important. Where was International at when we were losing them 3 days of pay with furlough? Remember when 30,000 of our represented employees of Local 1000 lost their cars, homes, marriages, credit scores? Remember that? Where the hell was SEIU then? But we kept paying them money. You don't pay an insurance company money, and then when the disaster hits, they're not there to help you. You get rid of them. You can carry your own stuff. You don't need them. You don't need them. Okay? And these people that tell you that we need SEIU, were they there for the 2010 POP? When we lost 1 day's pay? We gave that up in that contract? What about the 2012 POP when we were under a signed contract and we gave up another day? Remember that? Remember that. Where was SEIU then? Where's SEIU right now when we're losing 2 days of pay for a fiscal year? What about our delayed pay raise of 2.5% from July 1st, 2020? Where is SEIU? Where is Mary Kay Henry? Did she fly down on her purple cape and her purple plane? Did she? Did SEIU, Mary Kay Henry, the president in D.C., did she come down in her purple plane and her purple outfit and give us some purple passion? She doesn't care about you. She only cares about herself. Which tells you why Yvonne Walker can get along with her so good. Because Yvonne Walker cares only about herself. Okay? I see you, Louis Rudolph. And I said that Yvonne Walker wasn't no real Marine. I know you're a real Marine. I'm calling Yvonne Walker out. She was never a real Marine. It was just a job to her. She wasn't going to die for the country. And I'm Air Force, and I'm calling her out on it. So I'm looking at her behavior right now. She's been leading us since 2008. Now, Gina Madrid, I'm going to get back to this salary stipend. You realize, I'm going to say this because I've been holding this information back, but I'm not holding it back anymore. These ballots go out April 19th. You realize, Gina Madrid, Louis Rudolph, and everybody else watching, Yvonne Walker, when she retires from the state of California, she won't just get a pension from the state of California. She's going to get a pension from SEIU in Washington, D.C. She's going to get a second pension. Because she's getting that salary stipend, now she's going to be eligible after 5 years to get a pension from International. And so then you wonder why I say she's getting money on the back end. This is some of the money she's getting on the back end. See, they don't want to show you that agreement that we have with International because it tells you how much money we have to give them. You know, I did a PowerPoint and I sent out an email. That COPE money that's voluntary, if we don't pay that COPE money that voluntary money, we have to pay a 50% penalty on top of the money that we didn't pay. Okay, voluntarily. So where does that money come from? That money comes from our dues. See, that's the rest of the story. So when these people tell you that financially I can't reduce the dues by 50%, they're liars and they're not intelligent and they don't know the charter agreement. That's who they are. Yvonne Walker knows. It says in that charter agreement, we have to pay international before we pay our bills. I guarantee you, when I'm elected president on July 1st, 2021, that will come to an end. And I'm going to do it out in the open, on video. See, now people are running around telling you they're going to do live streams of the board meetings and stuff. Where did they get that from? All of these so-called candidates always copy what I do. That's why I can't tell you everything I'm going to do, because they'll copy it. And then they'll tell you it was their idea when they're liars. Did you see Tony Owens? He's doing a Zoom meeting tonight. Okay. Now, he sent out an email. It was forwarded to me. Good job. He should be campaigning. But he's following me. Now he wants to do a Zoom meeting. And then in that email, he has this suit on. A nice suit. He looks good. But he's wearing a purple tie to show you his solidarity to Mary Kay Henry and to SEIU International in Washington, D.C. I want you to think about this. This is the hypocrisy. He claims that Yvonne Walker wouldn't let him do his job. He went crying to Mary Kay Henry in D.C. She turned her back on him. She doesn't care about you, Tony Owens. But he's so smart. He's so professional. His character is beyond reproach. He's a liar. And now he's wearing that purple tie to show his solidarity to International when they don't care about him, because he's stuck on stupid. His behavior. He's not stupid. Academically, Tony Owens is smart. But his behavior, his decision-making is stupid. I told you about Tony Owens using the company credit card, the purple corporate Local 1000 credit card, to get his car out of impound in 2019. I told you that. He says that's not true. He's lying. He's a liar. Remember when MTC told you, because of politics, they had to, quote, take the salary stipend? When they told you in 2018 they wouldn't take it, and now they're telling you again they're not going to take the salary stipend? They're liars. They're liars. And then when people say, oh, Richard, you can go on their Zoom meetings, and then when I try to go on a Zoom meeting, they cut me off because they don't want to hear the truth. Hear me on this. If you don't hear anything else I say about this, don't be paralyzed by politics. Hear this key phrase that I'm going to tell you. Don't fall for the cancel culture. If you've noticed, on Facebook, I used to be on a lot of different pages, but they canceled me out. The cancel culture. Okay? The cancel culture. My own Democrats, they have canceled me out. I say things they don't like. They won't post it on Reform page. They kick me off the SEIU 1000 page. They kick me off the SEIU 1000 and Friends page. They kick me off the COVID page. They kick me off the California Transparency page when I'm the most transparent candidate out here. That's 4 pages. I think there's a 5th one. Every time I turn around, I'm being kicked off. Hell, it sounds like, whew, I can't make this up. Because I'm saying things that they don't want to hear because it's the truth. They want to cancel me out. Okay? This is wrong. How can you create a new culture for Local 1000? How can you reform Local 1000 when I'm on the Reform page and I'm saying things and I'm going at these people, exposing their lies and their hypocrisy, and then you cancel me out? You don't want to hear that. Then you're no different than Yvonne Walker. And don't worry, when this Facebook live video is done, I won't post this on the Reform page because they'll take it off. They're not going to show it to you anyway. So, I'll keep it on my page and I'll put it on the public page, because that Reform Local 1000 page is the MTC campaign page. And then they let Tony still be part of it because he used to be part of MTC. They don't want to hear the truth. The truth is they're no different than Yvonne Walker. The truth is they've been paralyzed by politics. But actually, they use politics to control you. I'm the only candidate that tells you we shouldn't be involved in politics. Politics divides our union. Well, hell, look at the country. Look at our country. You can't talk about politics in this country without the country being divided down the middle. Then how the hell are you going to talk about politics in our union? You're not. And so when I say I'm going to reduce your dues and they say financially you can't do it, when I reduce the dues, and show the non-members that I'm serious, we're going to create a new culture and we're not going to be in politics, they're going to come back to the union. We're going to make up all the half that money. But remember, half the money we pay to our union, and it's really more than 50%, goes to politics. We're saving that money. We're saving that money and we're bringing people back. Don't let someone tell you that it can't be done, because I won't expose my entire game plan so these people can run around and use it and say it's theirs. They think I'm stupid. Listen, I have a 4-year degree in finance, okay? I went to college. I paid for college out of my pocket because I have self-discipline. And just because I'm from the state of Missouri doesn't mean I'm dumb. I may be a little country. Okay, that's fine. I'm not as cultured as people in California. I admit that. I can't pronunciate all the English words. I don't know all the wines. You know, I am from Missouri. I'm not as cultured and as sophisticated as people who grew up in California. I admit that. I admit my shortcomings. But the one shortcoming I don't have is my integrity, my transparency, my honesty, and my desire to honor my promise to my mother on January 6, 1996 at 9:30 p.m. on the south side of St. Louis when she passed away, that I'm going to fight for people who can't fight for themselves. Okay? And I'm standing by that. And when people say they don't like the fact that I believe in God, here, let me say this to you nice and strong on April 15th. Not only do I believe in God, but that's how I was created. That's why I'm here. That's why I have the ability to not quit. And because of my belief in God through Jesus Christ, I'm going to win the election. How's that? And so when people say, well, I'm not going to vote for you, you don't have to vote for me. If you don't like the fact that I believe in God and that I credit God for putting me in this position to help you, then you don't have to. I'm not telling you you have to believe in my God. You can believe in God. You don't have to believe in God. What I'm telling you is the God I serve tells me, you're going to do these things, Richard, and you're going to help these people, and you're going to show them that they can create a real union where they have real integrity, real honesty, and that the leaders are not lying to them. That's what my God tells me. And if you say you don't like that, then you don't have to vote for me. Vote for other candidates. They'll be glad to get your vote. What I'm happy about is to hear that some people will tell me openly on Facebook they're not voting for me because of my belief in God. That's what I like, because that way I know that they're still voting. Okay? So whether you believe in God, you believe in Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, if you're Hindu, Buddha, or any other religion I don't know of, or if you choose to not have no religion, if you choose to be an atheist, that's fantastic. In this country, you have the right to believe in God or not believe in no God. I'm still going to represent you, and I'm still going to show you my sincerity and my integrity. I am not breaking, and I am not bending. And let me say this too. Some people say that I'm a racist. Well, last time I checked, black people in America really can't be racist because we don't have any damn power, okay? Racism is a person or a group of people that have power to control things. So technically, I can't be a racist. But here's the bigger issue. Here I am telling you that white people who are Republicans are being discriminated against in our union. And I'm defending them because it's not right. Discrimination because of a person's color and their political party is not right. But yet I'm the one being called racist. I'm the one that's being told, he's angry. That's talking in code for being an angry black man. Let me be crystal clear. I'm going to keep giving it to you, and I'm going to stay passionate. And when you call me out and say that I'm angry, I'm going to keep calling you back a racist because that is what you are. You're using that racist stereotype on black men. I'm not going for it. And I'm not acting politically correct. I'm not acting all bougie, acting and dignified. Oh, no. You come at me, I'm coming right back at you. That's the kind of leader I am. And let me say this about this paralysis of politics. These other candidates don't want to, quote, debate me. They want to dialogue with me on Facebook. If they're too afraid to debate me, to have a conversation about our union, to talk about our platforms, because I have a 10-point platform. I don't know what these other people have. And they're just saying that they're not going to talk to me out in the open in front of other people, then how are these people really going to fight for you? Because they tell you they're going to fight for members. So if you're not paying them money, they're not worried about you. I'm telling you, whether you pay money or not, I got your back. Legally, as a job steward in the state treasurer's office, as the only job steward, whether you pay money to the union If your contract rights are violated by your boss, I represent you. Period. In the conversation. As your leader, I'm gonna do the same thing. Whether you pay us money or not, hopefully you'll be able to pay us money so we can have a successful long-term union because we need money to operate. This paralysis of politics, when people are on Facebook telling you, I can't get any good job representation from the Local 1000 staff, I'm going to tell you why you don't get it. Number one, they're not inspired to pursue greatness. Okay? You know why they're not inspired to pursue greatness? To give you the best quality service? Number one, they don't have guaranteed retiree health care because they're told that that's too expensive. We can't afford to give them retiree health care. But we have retiree health care. See, that's the hypocrisy. That's why I call Yvonne Walker and these so-called Local 1000 leaders. That's why I call them hypocrites to their faces. You're a hypocrite. We have Local 1000 staff who are they're paid pretty good, but they don't have retiree health care and they're overworked. Okay? They're overworked. And the other reason why they can't give you high quality job service is because a lot of times they're doing political actions. They're involved in politics. They're not doing their real job, their only job they should be doing, which is either contract negotiations, but most importantly, job representation. Because for contract negotiations, under my leadership, we're going to hire a team of college-educated, labor-experienced professionals. We'll still keep our, quote, D-burrs in our bunk chairs, but we're going to have a real team. I'm going to be the chief negotiator, and we're going to get this done. I cannot stress this to you enough. We're not going to let politics paralyze our minds. Don't be paralyzed by politics. As your president, we're going to get out of politics altogether. I've stated this to you over and over. Our country is split down the middle on politics. Racial justice, fight for 15, open borders, the COVID vaccination, wars in other countries. We can't agree on anything in this country. What makes you think our union should be involved in political matters? It divides us. A union is supposed to unify us on money and on dignity in the workplace, safe working conditions. That's the only thing your union should be doing. Our union has not done that. Has it ever done that? I don't think it has. I just don't. Going back past 2008, ever since we became affiliated with SEIU in 1984, our union went downhill. It's gone downhill because we don't control our destiny. We're paying these people in D.C. over $15 million a year just to carry their name. And then we pay them more money, the coat money. And if we don't pay them enough coat money, which is almost $1 million a year, then we have to pay a 50% penalty. 50% penalty. That's extortion. Okay? This is why we don't have any unity in our union. We don't have any solidarity in our union. You're alienating the white people who are Republicans. They don't want to be bothered with SEIU because they know they're a social sponsor organization that feeds the Democratic Party. They take our money and they feed it to the Democratic Party. That's what they do. That's the truth. And I'm going to keep saying this. And if any people think, oh, well, he's saying that white people are being discriminated against the Republicans and, who the hell is he to say that? I'm Richard Lewis Brown and I'm saying that. You can share this video with anybody. I stand by what I say. And I'm not afraid to go up against anybody. I don't care if it's the governor of California. I don't care who it is. In fact, someone asked me a question the other night about our union endorsed Gavin Newsom. We should not be endorsing no candidate for governor or president or anybody. Stay out of that nonsense because it divides our union. Because our union is not made just of Democrats. We have Republicans, Libertarians, and Green Party. Someone said, well, what about John Chung? He supported us from being put on minimum wage. Let me say this to you loud and clear on April 15th. John Chung didn't give a damn about you. Okay, I was at the treasurer's office when he got elected state treasurer. Me and John Chung had words in front of rank and file here at the state treasurer's office and management. You know why we had words? Because he was trying to play these games and we were having this luncheon, this brown bag luncheon. And I told him, how do you feel about the OPEB deduction? He said, yeah, we needed to have an OPEB deduction. We needed to contribute to retiree health care. And we got into it. See, I'm not someone who's fake, who's just talking the talk. These people on Facebook, they tell you that I'm just talking and I'm just making these promises. I don't mean what I say. They're liars. They're liars and the truth is not in them. I got into it with John Chung. You see it's on my platform point, it's an 8 or 9. the elimination of 3.5% OPEB deduction that's going to start back up on July 1st, 2022. So when we get all our pay raises on July 1st, 2022, that's going to total 7%, subtract that 3.5%, which means you will have a 3.5% net pay increase overall for this 3.5-year contract. That's politics for you, okay? That's what it is. These people don't want to challenge me. And I went at John Chung. He doesn't scare me. None of these politicians scare me. I'm just as good as they are. I'll put my pants on just like they do. Who are they? Who are they? Are they really better than you? If you think these politicians are better than you, then you go on and elect one of these other so-called candidates. Re-elect Yvonne or Miguel Cordova or Tony Owens or Sophia Perkins. Put them back in office. And the next time we have a crisis in this state, you'll lose more money. And they'll give you some song and dance excuse because they think you're stupid. They think you're stuck on stupid. That's how they feel about you. That's why they don't tell you anything. And then when I tell it to you and I give it to you with that passion, that Richard Lewis Brown, I'm giving you every bit of this Perkins Brown legacy. I'm giving it to you. They say I'm out of control. Then I'm not professional enough. I can't control my emotions because I'm fighting for you. And I want you to understand something about these, quote, emotions. I want you to understand this. If you believe that because someone gives it to you straight and they talk with strength and sincerity in their voice, they can't control their emotions, you better think again. If you think you're going to follow someone that's calm, cool, and collective and so analytical, what has the calm, cool, analytical behavior of Local 1000 given you so far? What have they gave you over the years with their professionalism and their storytelling and poem reciting? You know, Yvonne Walker disrespecting the great John Lennon of the Beatles. Okay? What has that given you? And I want all these state employees, whether they're part of Local 1000 or any other union. The reason why these public sector unions in California are so weak, because the presidents are on the take. They're on union leave. They're making deals that we don't see. They value the politicians. They don't care about you. Yes, passion for the people. I have passion for the people. Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to keep doing these videos. I'm going to win this election. They're going to do everything they can to stop me. We are not going to let the fact that politics has paralyzed a lot of us. I tell you the title of this video is don't be paralyzed by politics. I told you about some of the things Yvonne Walker has done, taking these overseas trips and paying for Randall Stan when he was out of the country because his visa expired back in his native country of Canada. I'm calling you out, Randy Stan. I know I got you. And I got Yvonne Walker. And I see Yvonne Walker having people campaign for her, you know, using the state email. I see it all. People are emailing me and telling me stuff every single day. You know why? Because they know that I'm bringing the heat. And they know that I'm truthful and they trust me. See, I didn't wait to right before the ballots come out to email everybody. I've been emailing people since last September. But I was running my mouth about becoming president on June 30th, 2018, after I lost the last election. And don't let these people tell you that I'm just talk. That's not true. See, they don't tell you that I was part of that 2015 recall for Yvonne Walker when she first tried to get the salary stipend. We were close to getting her out of there. What they don't tell you is at that recall, when they was counting those votes, I had to stay because the lawyer at the union, Paul Harris, asked me to stay because there was another recall for a DLC president, Latrice Smith. Someone was trying to recall her, and the person did not come to the recall on time because that's his behavior. That person is Tony Owens. He couldn't even come to his own recall on time. So when they tell you he doesn't go to meetings on time, that's the truth. I know firsthand that's the truth. Okay? This is who I am. I'm coming. I'm coming. And I'm not stopping. Okay? I participated in that 2015 POP. I led the POP in 2016. Do these people on Facebook tell you that? That I single-handedly led that POP, got recall because she got the salary stipend on June 26, 2016. Do they tell you that on Facebook? Does MTC or any of these so-called supporters or sycophants on Reform 1000 page, Reform SEIU 1000 page, do they tell you that Richard Lewis Brown took action and led that recall of Yvonne Walker in July of 2016? No, they're not going to tell you that. They're liars and they're hypocrites. And they sat back and they didn't want to do it with me because they were jealous because they didn't have the testicular fortitude, the courage of their convictions. They're just not leaders. They're followers, and all they do is follow in crime and things don't go their way. They don't tell you that part. They don't tell you when I led the POP protest rally in downtown Sacramento in I think June 29th of 2020. They don't tell you that part either. See, they tell you that I'm just a bunch of talk. That's BS. See, I'll show up to fight. I'll show up to fight. They won't. They won't acknowledge who they really are. I will tell you, this is who I am. I'm not going to tell you everything you like. This is my platform. This is what I'll put in writing that I'm guaranteeing. And yes, I can guarantee it. Now, with all that being said, on April 15th, 2021, I'm Richard Lewis Brown. I seek your support to become the new Local 1000 president. I guess today was the day I had good internet connection. It didn't break away today. Sometimes when I try to do these videos, the internet, I lose internet connection. I apologize. You know, one thing I'll say with Tony Owens' videos, they're really, really made well. I got to give him his respect on that. But I'm not producing slick videos. When you see my videos, it's just me, no script, no edit. You know, when you see me doing videos and I'm talking real fast, because people say we want to hear 2 or 3 minutes or less, and I'm just, okay. But when I can do a live video and take my time and really get at you, I'm going to get at you. And I'm going to lay it out for you. All right. April 15th, 2021, I'm Richard Lewis Brown. I seek your support to become the new Local 1000 president. Thank you for your time. I'm going to do some more videos in the evening because these ballots are going on April 19th. I'm going to do some in the midnight hour too. I'm always going to be around. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.